Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference of Daniil Medvedev. First of all, congrats, Daniil. The 19th win in a row, first Indian Wells final. Talk us through your feelings today.
Yeah, first of all, really happy to win for sure. It was a crazy match. I mean, the ending, tough. I still feel not stressed, but like it's definitely better to win like 7-5, 6-3 because then you get the energy level down, but that's fine. I know how to go through it, so that's not a problem, but still, always better to finish on your first match point and on the eights. But that's what makes tennis also a fun sport, and I'm just really happy that I managed not to lose this match and not to have regrets, nightmares, whatever. So happy to be in the final and looking forward for tomorrow.
Hey, Daniil, I'm sure you expect once in a while when you're back that deep to return and guys are going to try to serve and volley on you. Do you like that challenge? Do you enjoy that sort of matchup?
I mean, it's just an opportunity they have, and that's always for sure the question to me. If they start doing it, do I advance my position? Sometimes I do, sometimes not. Today I felt like even when he was serving volleying, I had my opportunities. I mean, I broke him 2 times, but I had more opportunities in the second set when he started doing it. Then even on the tiebreak, and I was doing passing shots, so I felt like again, yeah, that's something. It didn't bother me today what he did in serve and volley. At the same time, he sometimes made great volleys. So I give this opportunity, and then I try to kind of use it to my advantage to try to pass them. And at the same time, I know that if my return is a little bit somewhere off, there is a big chance they just go open court.
One question, it can come back to you if time allows. Greg next.
Daniil, do stats mean much to you what I'm asking is when you look at what achieved with this run, the last man to reach 4 finals in 5 weeks was Andy Murray in 2016. The last one to win 5 in 5 weeks was Lendl in 81.
Wow. That's strong.
Very strong on 2 different surfaces too.
Wow. I didn't know that.
What I'm getting is do those things register with you, or it's just part and parcel of playing?
Tough to answer because for sure I like these stats, especially when you do well. Like you don't want to be the one who lost the most matches in a row on ATP Tour or something like this. So for sure when you do well and then you hear some of the stats, it's just great. But at the same time, I know that it comes with wins. So first and the most important part is to win. And once you win, you never want to stop. So no matter which record maybe I broke or made even, or the first one, since 2016 to go in 4 finals, I just want to win tomorrow. It's just great sometimes when you beat some records or become world #1 or win a slam that you know that when you're 70, you can still say, yeah, I remember the year when I made 4 finals in a row. That's great. But in the moment, it doesn't matter for me. The most important is to try to win this tournament and to win these matches.
Daniil, you're not famous for your post-match celebrations. I think today it involved just walking to the net, shaking your head because you couldn't believe that all those match points had gone. But I did notice you were very calm generally in that situation, weren't you? And you were calm in the quarterfinal as well. So do you feel like you're on top of your emotions now?
I feel like actually true. I mean, in quarterfinals, just a little bit less with the win. I got frustrated a little bit. Today, it's true that in a way I was on top of my, let's call it, bad emotions, negative emotions like frustration and stuff. But finally, when you don't realize that many match points, means that somewhere I was not on top of my emotions where I had to finish the match. But in a way that makes me even happier mentally that I still managed to win, because try playing a tiebreak when you just lost 7 match points. And I managed to start it well straight away, doing great shots and great rallies. So I feel like mentally, in general, even with the, let's call it, tantrums that I had this week, in general, mentally, last 4 weeks have been amazing, with its up and downs, of course. And yeah, I feel like it's getting better and better here. So hopefully tomorrow is going to be even better.
know, sometimes you talk about the slowness of the courts here, and obviously they're very slow. It was a little breezy out on the court earlier. Did that come to your advantage, or did you not like that?
Breezier means wind, right?
Yes.
I feel like, I mean, after quarters was hell. It was so windy, and today I almost didn't feel it. I remember only one double fault when, for whatever reason, it was a little bit more windy. But in general, for whatever reason, today felt faster, and that's what we say with my coach. We laugh about it because every day in Indian Wells, different. Sometimes wind, sometimes the ball is flying, sometimes it doesn't fly, so it goes in the net, you have to adapt. If it's flying, you have to adapt. Today I felt like was flying a lot. I mean, he was doing a lot of outs on the depths, and today felt quite fast conditions. As soon as someone hit a good shot, it was not easy to come back in the rally, and that was good. I liked it. So I don't know. Let's see what Indian Wells has for us tomorrow.
Daniil, well played. I wonder if you could look forward to tomorrow, maybe talk a bit about both players who you might face, starting with Carlitos, who I know you faced only once at Wimbledon, and the progress they've both made over the last couple seasons.
Yeah, I would say our match, for sure, it counts in head-to-head, and it has to count. That's how tennis works. I also have my matches which I lost when I was not at the top, but he was definitely not the same player as he is right now. So in a way, it's going to be like a first match between us in terms of how we're going to go tactically or physically or tennis-wise. And I mean, he's amazing. He has amazing skills, which tough to compare to everyone. I would think maybe to Rafa, but it's tough to compare because Rafa is lefty, so you cannot really compare their ball. Once he hits through the forehand, it's amazing to watch. I don't think there is anyone who can hit this strong and also with top spin, and that's why he was number one in the world, the youngest number one in the history. That means something. And it's going to be great and fun to play against him if he manages to close out the match. And Yannick is also an amazing player. I feel like he's getting... I feel like what he was missing, he was playing great last year. Maybe even sometimes close to Carlos' level. That's what we saw in their matches. But he was definitely missing the consistency because he's yet even not top 10 and he's playing really great. And that's what he's doing now, you know, a title, final 500. Now Sam is here, still didn't lose a match. So he's also a player that is going to be there for a long, long time. We had an amazing final in Rotterdam. I feel like it was top level match. So I'm just looking forward for tomorrow. And first of all, let's see who wins.
I was just wondering, Daniil, when you had your 6th match point today, and you were...
Which one was it? 40-30?
You were 7-6, 6-5, 40 love up.
40 love, okay.
And then you lost a couple,
yeah.
And he came back and he fought, you know...
The remaining.
What did you say to yourself when they all had come and gone like that?
Well, first of all, the only thing you can say is... And the crowd goes crazy for sure for him. So the only thing I was saying to myself was like, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm going to try to win again. That's the first thing. And at the same time, you're like, damn, you are saying this to yourself. You're like, damn, that's tough. I lost so many match points. I just have to somehow put myself together and just stay with my game because I was playing great. And that's what I managed to do because tiebreak, first few points, I managed to continue playing well. What's also crazy, he was missing more, to be honest, when there was no match points. And then on the match points, I mean, that's why he saved them. He didn't miss once. And then on the tiebreak, I remember like second, third point, he just missed straight away. I was like, okay, I tried to get to the match point and then I made an ace. So he didn't miss. Yeah, that's kind of what was going through my head.
Last two questions, Leo and Chris, please.
Well done, Daniil.
Thank you.
As a top ATP pro, you spend a whole heck of a lot of your life here in America, and you've had quite a history here. You started with that incredible turnaround at U.S. Open. But as you spend time here, do the downsides of our culture sort of annoy you, or do you really like the the good parts, the creativity, the vibe, the freedom that's America?
Yeah, I have a funny story about this because it's normal for Europeans. It's not easy to pass. I mean, some people come to live in US, but generally, if you like to live in Europe, it's tough to, let's say, maybe spend more than a month in US, just because the culture is different, the food is different. I mean, everything is different, even the roads, the cars, whatever. And I remember my wife told me this story when she was having lunch in Monte Carlo Country Club, and there's really great restaurant, great food. And there were some Americans sitting there. And so it's the same for many Americans to come to Europe. I guess it's not easy for like clay court swings or stuff like this. And they were four of all sitting there eating, I don't know, maybe burrata, I don't know, whatever, European stuff. And they were like, I cannot eat anymore this food. Where is it? Like, they don't even have a burger here. And so, yeah, that's, there are many things I like in US, and for sure there are sometimes it's tough to be away from home. And honestly, we could speak about this for an hour, which things exactly I like, which things I don't like. I think people in US generally drive great, and since I like cars, they keep their line great. In Europe, I don't know, for whatever reason, at least in France, people sometimes swirl. Maybe it's a phone, they're on the phone or something, and I hate it. So I love it in US. I don't know, but I could speak for an hour what I like or what I don't like. But in general, I like coming to US. I play good here. Usually Indian Wells, Miami was a tough swing for me, so now great in Indian Wells, so loving it even more.
Daniil, obviously this match could go either way still, but on Carlos, have you watched him more as a guy who's like observing your competition and maybe enjoying his tennis than you would a normal guy? And how much connection have you had with him?
I would say, to be honest, more enjoying his tennis. But when I say enjoying, even kind of surprised, because again, I feel like me, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Sinner would be tough to say, he's younger, but who else is now? Andrei Rublev. We all have great skills. We all can. Some of us serve better, some of us are better at the net, some of us has a better forehand, backhand. And then Carlos, when he was there at like 17, I was like, wow, this guy hits strong, but you never know. Sometimes guy hits strongs and then makes a lot of unforced. Let's see how he does. And then in 1 year, he's like #1 in the world. There are matches where he doesn't miss much, hitting just stronger than his opponents. And that's surprising or amusing to see, because, well, you're like, if this guy is on fire, what can you do? You know, I remember Madrid, I didn't watch the matches, but when he beat Rafa and Novak back-to-back on clay, that's amazing, at 18 years old. So he has amazing skills. The question is, we know that he knows how to use them. Then the question comes, does he win 10 Grand Slams, 5 or 23, and maybe he beats the record? And that's going to be enjoyable to see and enjoyable to play against him. That's why if he's a winner, I'm going to be, it's going to be great to play him, especially I'm feeling confident now. I think surface is better for him, but I'm going to try my best to show my best tennis and hopefully have a great final.
Just real quick, would you say you've watched him more than you've watched other guys?
No, not really, but like when I watch him, I'm more surprised sometimes when you see just crazy highlights where the guy's running everywhere and then manages to still find the best shot at the best moment. And again, that's, you know, that's not like I'm talking about someone 50 in the world. That's why he's #1 in the world. But it's not like I'm watching him more as soon as he is playing. I'm turning on the TV. No, I just like to watch tennis. Thank you, everyone.